Lady, White Township Manager, joining us on the line this morning on this beautiful Tuesday. Our conversation brought to you by Marcus and Mack, a law firm representing injured people. Milt, the high school sports seasons, the spring seasons officially began yesterday. People could actually get out on the ball fields. How about that?
Yeah, it's pretty dry out there, really, considering all the snow we just had. But, yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it really, really is. So we'll hope that the spring continues to develop in that same direction and things will look really nice. But we've got some other things to talk about this morning, including, well, winter's not over yet, as nice as it looks today and will look tomorrow. We've still got the possibility that snow's going to come down and you're going to have to get the trucks out there again. How has it gone through the month of February, Milt?
Well, we certainly had a lot of snow. The guys certainly worked hard to keep our roads clear. I think they did a nice job. Our salt supply was in good shape. Equipment held up pretty well. We had some glitches here and there, but yeah, I think we held up okay, and the guys, like I say, did a nice job.
Yeah, terrific. Of course, there comes that period of time when you transition from clearing the roads to cleaning the roads and fixing the roads, and after a winter season, there's probably a pretty good assessment period that goes on to see what kind of shape they're in, right?
Yeah, as soon as we feel confident that we're not putting too much anti-skid down or whatever, we'll get the sweeper out there to clean the debris off and all that. And of course, with the warm weather comes the potholes that pop up once in a while. So, you know, we're asking the residents or drivers out there that if they see one that needs addressed, give us a call, and we'll do our best to go out there and fill it in as soon as we can.
I think a lot of people have some confusion about whether it's a township road or a state road, and sometimes they might be hesitant to call because they just don't know who to call, and they might place a call to PennDOT that should probably go to White Township in this case. But I know the crews are ready to go, and they're probably looking forward to getting out and doing something other than shoveling snow, huh?
Oh yeah, and certainly if you're not sure, give us a call. We'll steer you correctly. If it's our road, we'll address it. If not, we'll tell you to call PennDOT.
There you go. That's a pretty easy plan. In terms of looking about the roadways and you know everybody driving over them and seeing things, did you notice any problems like sewers storm sewers that might have had some damage or things of that nature?
Well, the freeze-thaw cycle doesn't do any justice to the stone wall banks and brick culverts. But, yeah, we keep an eye on that. I know when we get some rains and stuff, the leaves, there's plenty of dead leaves out there that get in the ditches. We are going to have to start doing some ditch work here pretty soon because I know they build up over the winter with dead leaves. They cover the stormwater basins. Certainly we need to go around and check those and keep them clear, because with spring comes rains, and if the water can't get into the basements, it's going to find another course to go through. So, you know, we do encourage residents, you know, if you got a stormwater basin in front of your house and you see it covered, you know, it doesn't take much to just take your foot and brush off the leaves and so that stays clear. But if not, we'll hopefully come around and do that for you.
Yeah, absolutely. The better you can keep them clear, the more the water goes to where it's supposed to go. Instead of into your house, it'll go down the storm sewer. Absolutely.
Help yourself a little bit.
Yep. Yeah. Okay, so those are the storm sewers. What about the sanitary sewers? What's going on with them?
You know, we're kind of in a routine right now where we're continuing our camera work. And that's so we can outline our work this summer as to where we want to do repairs. That's pretty standard during the late winter, early spring. And certainly, you know, people are doing work and contractors and all that, so we have to do one calls to help them locate the underground infrastructure.
So you got to take a look at that. That's a continual process, isn't it? That never ends.
It is. Yeah, it keeps us busy.
Yeah, Yeah, well, you need to be kept busy, Milt.
That's right.
Hey, we started by talking about recreation department. Really serious, though, you got to take a look at all of the fields and the different facilities and parks and everything, and see how they have done through the winter. Assess them and what needs to be done at all of those different facilities too, don't you?
Oh yeah, we'll start opening up some of the buildings here once we know it's not going to freeze anymore. We'll get the restrooms opened up, and it's kind of a give and take. Hopefully the weather will stay nice and we can open up the field, but you can't open them up too much, or that rainy weather, will ruin all the work you've done. But you got to get all the leaves and the tree branches picked up in the parks and get them ready for the spring season.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing how it looks so bad, and then in just a flash with a little bit of work, it looks beautiful. And so we're looking.
And you get the mowers running.
There you go. We're looking forward to it. We're looking forward to hearing the mowers going again. Hey, Milt, recreation for White Township is a pretty serious subject. Folks, take it to heart that the township has done such a good job of providing facilities all over the place for it. And now the supervisor's looking at the possibility of creating a recreation board. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I believe the board has welcomed public participation in that sense. That we want to get the residents involved in what they'd like to see us do in the future. So they're they're authorized to create a new recreation advisory board. We've developed an ordinance and the bylaws for that board, and they're up for adoption at the supervisor meeting on Wednesday. Basically, the second-class township code sets some regulations that it's got to be either a 5 or 7 or 9-member board. I think we're opting towards the 5-member board. 5-year terms. They have to be White Township residents on the board. That ordinance should be adopted to create that board, and then we'll approve the bylaws and get that up and running. And it's just an advisory board. They'll have really no powers. They'll just make recommendations of facilities and programs to the Board of Supervisors, who will have the final say as to what direction we go.
So that would be the creation of a recreation advisory board. Compare that to the way decisions are made now, Bill.
Basically, I get with our recreation director. We come up with ideas and developments that we'd like to see. They pretty much handle the programming out at the arena as far as outdoor and indoor utilization of our facilities. Anything major that impacts the budget and things like that, we bring to the Board of Supervisors for their approval and guidance. I think over the years we've done a pretty nice job with our facilities and new things. Certainly DCNR has helped us tremendously with our grants that we've applied for. We've gotten a lot of things built with that grant money. So I think we've done a great job over the years. I guess they're just looking for some more public input as to where we want to be 5 or 10 years down the road.
That's not a bad plan. All right, so we'll look forward to the development of that and see if that comes to fruition. Meanwhile, you call White Township some days and you get this employee or that employee, and you find yourself talking to the same employee over and over again. For instance, if you're calling the billing department, you're going to get Peggy Eisenberg, and well, not for much longer, huh, Milt?
No, we're sorry that she's going to retire on April 9th after 16 years, 3 months of service. I'm sure anybody that, like you say, that has called in about their account or bill has talked to her. She certainly has been a great addition to our staff here, and we're sorry to see her go, but we certainly wish her the best in retirement, and well-earned in her case.
Yeah. Yeah, and so people will have to get used to a new voice. But Peggy Eisenberg, congratulations on your retirement. That's a wonderful thing that you get to do. So other things that are happening within the township. Planning Commission tonight, right?
That's correct. 7:30 tonight. There's really only a final minor subdivision side lot addition on the agenda for tonight.
Mm-hmm. And the afternoon supervisors meeting for this month is going to be happening tomorrow. Actually, go to look at the Planning Commission because you got an opening there. Yes,
we have one vacancy. It's been out there for over a month. We were waiting for our full board to be at the meeting. So it is up for appointment. There's been 5 applications submitted. So it's up to the board to determine which one they want to appoint.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And there's also an opening on the Comprehensive Plan Committee, I understand?
There is. Same situation. It's been over a month, and we have only one applicant for that position. In that comprehensive plan, they don't have a set number that can be on there. It can vary between anywhere from 8 to 12 types of members. So we'll see what happens there also.
All right. Very good. A couple of appointments that are in the offing there for the supervisors. So what else? Citizens Ambulance, you've got the service agreement with them?
Yeah, we'll have a first draft of proposal to present to the board for their comments. And that's kind of just to come to an agreement. The board has authorized a $100,000 contribution to that organization for the great work they do. Certainly we understand the seriousness of maintaining EMS services for the community, so the board certainly wants to do their part in maintaining that.
Yeah. Does that involve a presentation made by Citizens Ambulance, or is that just something that happens generically?
Oh, they've made several presentations to the board over the years, and we've also been in touch with the county, also the legislators in the area. It's all a concern as things get tight and the insurance isn't providing the funds to keep that running. So I think it's a community concern, and we certainly are trying to help in any way we can.
Yeah, I should have said organically rather than generically. Finally, Milt, the discussion on something last year for the pandemic decided to waive some penalties and interest on fees for sewer, stormwater, and recycling. The supervisor is going to take that issue up again now? Yeah,
there's some concern that some of the balances, we have about 250 past due accounts right now. Some of them are getting pretty significant. Certainly the longer they go and the higher they get, the harder they are to make payments. So there's going to be some discussion on when we want to reinstate those penalties and interest. We want to give the residents a fair warning as to when they may start incurring those costs, and to try to get their past due accounts up to current payments. Mm-hmm. So we will be sending letters out, I suspect, to advise them of the situation. We will encourage them certainly to make good on their payments, because the higher those get, the more difficult it'll be. We're sympathetic to what's happening in the community, but on the same token, it's not going to get any better if you don't start making payments of some sort.
Deeper the hole gets, the harder it is to climb out of it. Milt Lady, thank you so much for being with us this morning. Appreciate it.
Yeah, my pleasure, Todd. Everybody stay safe.
It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS. WCCS. WCCS.